Hey guys, how's it going? Hobo Yeti here. I've been sick the last couple of weeks and still not at 100%, but I've caffeinated a lot, so I have a little bit of energy to do this video. My tripod broke, so I've got I've got my camera affixed to my tent with safety pins. But I wanted to do a video today about like tips and tricks, homeless tips and tricks that I've learned that kind of, when you don't have as much, you tend to, make the most of what you have. And it's kind of, and also like a lot of backpackers will tell you, there's certain tips and tricks that make life easier, make life so you don't forget stuff, so that everything's kind of compacted into little items that have multiple uses, that sort of thing. So I've got, I don't know, looks like 19 different items here. I'll just go through them real quick. So the first one is look behind you, and I know that sounds stupid, but like a lot of my stuff that I have is black. I don't like having stuff that's multiple colored and all that. I like black. And so if I'm not paying attention, if I get up from a park bench or a place in the woods or something like that, if I'm not focused on it, then I'll leave stuff behind, like, because I look to the side and there's nothing, everything's black, so everything kind of blends in. So when you get up from sitting down somewhere, you turn around and you take a good 2 to 3 second look at where you've been sitting, where you were, to make sure you're not leaving anything behind. And it's important, like I make it a point of anytime I get up, 2 to 3 seconds, just look back and forth, because I have lost stuff that mattered to me, and it's just kind of a way to make sure that I'm not losing stuff. Number 2 is cutting pills in half. Like I have these guys. These are Tylenol Cold, well, the El Cheapo version. And they help with I have a cough every now and again. And if you take, according to the package, you're supposed to take 2 of these is 1 dose. 2 of those is 1 dose, and that's every 4 hours, and you'll go through a packet pretty quick. But what I do is I'll take 1 of those pills and break it in half, and like if I start having a little bit of a cough, I'll take a half pill, and that helps it stretch out, because there is enough medicine in a half pill to get me, feeling good. Same with the caffeine pills. I'll break those in half, and so instead of 200 milligrams, I'll have 100, and that really kind of helps. It helps everything last longer. Just taking what's needed, not doing any kind of overkill or anything. The next, number 3, is anytime I have a little shampoo bottle that's about like the trail size, right? Trial size, whatever it's called. And anytime I use that on my washcloth, wherever I'm at a stream or in a bathroom or whatever, I'll use it, but before I put it up, I'll fill it back up with water. So it's always, the bottle's always full, and even though over time it's getting more and more diluted as I'm using it, excuse me, it's always a full bottle. So it just makes it last longer, having that little bottle of soap, just it's Irish Spring or something. And it just helps with my odor control issues. The next couple are related to my phone. So number 4 is keep your phone in battery saver mode always. And when you're not, when you're not using the phone actively, put it in airplane mode. That's going to keep it from trying to reach out to the cell towers or whatever, and save your battery life. I have My Radar app, which is great because it shows the clouds where they're coming. So, if it says it's going to be 60% rain, and I look at it and I see that the 60% is the southern part of the city that I'm in, then I don't have to worry about it. Kind of helps me out, and also temperatures are getting cooler, and so it helps to know what the temperatures are. And number 6 is going to be Google Maps. I mean, that's kind of an obvious one, but it's got a feature on there that you plug in your, you plug in your destination and you go and then get directions. And then at the top, it's got like, a little car, a little guy walking, and a bus. If you tap on the bus, it'll tell you the exact buses that you need to get where you're going. And it's very super helpful. Number 7 is always carry a beanie and hot hands, right? Like, just always carry that on you. You never know that sometimes the temperature fluctuates 40 degrees, and you don't want to be caught without at least some way to get warm. Let's see. This next one is kind of a dreamer kind of way. Every now and again, I'll buy a lottery ticket, right? And you can hold off for 6 months before you redeem a lottery ticket. Sometimes, when I'm feeling kind of hopeless, I'll buy a lottery ticket and I won't check it. Like, I'll just keep it in my pocket, and because it's unlikely that I'll win, right? But it's always nice to have that kind of feeling that my future could change, right? And so I'll hang on to that lottery ticket, usually for a couple of months before I check the numbers. If I do win the lottery, I'll look back, I'll be like, yeah, I was living homeless for 2 months without, having turned in my ticket. But for those 2 months, it kind of gives me hope that, that my future could change. Things could be different. What else we got? Number 9, anytime you go into, like, somebody throws a couple of bucks your way and you go into like a Wendy's or a McDonald's or whatever, and they have the self-serve station and they have the napkins, I always grab like a chunk of napkins, right? As many as I can without it looking like I'm just grabbing the whole thing, And it's usually those brown napkins, those ones that are like not bleached or anything, so they blend in real well with the outside area, right? So if you're using them or one of them gets away from you, it's not going to be a bright white flag for everybody to see. It's just kind of blending in. But I like to have napkins. I don't like having to go in and buy like paper towels or something like that. I'll grab a chunk of napkins. I'll also, like, if I'm in a restroom or something and I don't have the capability of napkins, I'll just grab paper towels. A chunk of them, or if it's the one you got to pull, I'll grab 10 sheets of it and just kind of put it in my backpack just to have. I have false teeth, and it can get messy taking those out, putting those in, and so allergies have been bothering me pretty bad, and so having that way to get kind of clean and to clean out my nose and all that, it's just helpful to have, right? So grab some napkins. Okay, number 10 is I always carry a washcloth in my backpack. It's actually there's an outer pocket that's like mesh, and so I'll have my washcloth and I'll always keep it in there. So even if I always carry all of my toiletries, but that stays on the outside, and it allows me to go into like a family restroom, a door you can lock and kind of go in there and I'll clean my face, my head, my neck, my arms, and then my unmentionables, and that kind of helps keep me clean and not as odorous as I might be. So that's nice. Every now and again, like especially during the colder months when I'm not going down to the creek, I'll actually strip down, completely almost, and basically wash all my body parts just to stay clean. What's this? Oh yeah. Number 11 is to have an any size belt. And when I say that, I don't know if I can show you my belt on my Yeah, so this is any size belt, right? It's got like the holes, but it's got the holes all the way through the course of. So no matter how many pounds you gain or how many pounds you lose, you can always strap that belt up. It's very important to me because, um, like if you have to go to the pantry and get some like clown-sized pants, um, there's that. They'll always fit. Um, you know, but also your weight fluctuates when you're homeless. You're eating a lot of crap food, and so you'll gain weight. But then maybe there will be a week or two where you actually lose weight. And so it's difficult to if you have anyway. Just any size belt would be good. Um, Number 12. When I'm for the most part, I wear 2 pairs of socks. I learned a long time ago. I get these. This is a dirty one that I found on the floor, but like a little one, right? And they're like not cotton or anything, but so I'll put those on first, and then on top of it I'll put on a normal pair of socks, and that keeps me from getting blisters. I do a fair amount of walking, and so it keeps me from getting blisters. Also, when it gets colder, it keeps my feet insulated and keeps them warm. Number 12, tent shoes. So I have tent shoes. These are my tent shoes. During the summertime, I can wear them, but during the wintertime, when I have to go to the bathroom, I don't want to have to put on my clunkers or anything like that, and then my laces stay untied, and then they get muddy and all that. I just use these cheap pair of $15 Walmart shoes to kind of go to the bathroom, come back in. I also have a pair of tent shorts that I wear. So the thing is like I have bins, right? My bins. That's one of the. I guess that's the next one on the list. 13 bins is to have bins that are you can lock tight, and they keep your clothes and anything you keep in them keeps them fairly fresh smelling. If you like, the thing is you're not able to do laundry. You're not able to clean your sleeping bags and stuff like that, right? So, you're not able to clean those. So odors get trapped inside your sleeping bag and everything. So if you put on like a fresh pair of clothes or something, by the next day after sleeping in your tent and your sleeping bags, they're gonna pick up an odor. So what I do is I'll take my pants and roll them up or something, and put on my tent shorts, and I pretty much wear that when I'm in the tent. It's also a lot more comfortable. Bins, yeah, those are important. I mentioned those. Number 14, you can't always afford to have, you've got heartburn because you're eating these, foods that you can keep in your tent without going bad for a long time, right? So, you keep these, and a lot of them have preservatives and all that. And as I get older, I just get more sensitive to that, and heartburn is an issue. So I'll get baking soda, and baking soda, I'll just take a pinch. I'll take a swallow of my drink, and then the pinch over top of that is like sitting in my mouth, and then another drink after that, and it helps with the heartburn. And you can get that on food stamps if you can't get like the Pepsid AC or the Tums or whatever. Let's see, number 15, lemon. I found out that lemon really does, and I'm not talking about lemon like juice in a little squeeze bottle type thing that has, it loses its efficacy when you're doing it that way. But fresh lemons, like sometimes I'll be out and about, and I'll do a hobo bath, and then when I'm done, I'll like wash my underwear, right? But there's still like a, I don't know, urine kind of smell to it. Not terrible, but not great either. I found that if I take the lemon and kind of squeeze it and kind of agitate it into the fabric of my boxers, right? Like it'll get rid of the it'll get rid of the urine smell completely. You can also use like baking soda. That helps with odors too. but usually that's a little bit more messy. Um, let's see, number 16. So I keep, this is my bag for all of my phones and my clippers. I got a new pair of clippers last week, finally came in. But like when it gets cold, usually, like if it's 40 degrees, I'll kind of like just let them chill next to my bed. But if it's below 40, I'll take those and sandwich them in between my sleeping bag and the camping pad or the memory foam, and I'll sandwich them in there, and so they'll be right next to my body when I'm sleeping, so they'll stay warm. That's important. Otherwise, the cold really takes charges out of batteries and everything. So it's important to keep those close to the body overnight. Let's see. Oh yeah, earphones. So I've got my earphones. I used to carry only the wired version, but I was having to buy a new pair of wired earphones every 2-3 weeks. They would get something was wrong with the wire. So I ended up getting these. These are like $20, right? But I have two earphones in here. I have right ear, left ear. I only use the right or the left ear, but if I'm listening to an audio book or something like that, the left ear will go bad. So I'll have to I'll have to put it back in here to charge, and then I'll take the other one out and I'll just flip it around all kind of crazy on my ear and listen to that one until the other one has charged up. So those are that's helpful for me. It's little hacks, little life tips for when you're homeless to kind of make things last longer, things that are multi-use, things that work better, that you don't really think about when you're not homeless, because it's not a big deal, but in a measure of trying to make things last, trying to get the most out of everything, and to stay sane almost, right? Those are things that work for me. So I hope your road's a good one, and if you're homeless, I hope it doesn't suck for you. I'll be Eddie signing off.